What's going on, guys? Hitballs here, and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to retarget a cat rig so that it can use the UE4 guys animations. This used to not work, this being version 4.12. What you're seeing here, this was a question I had put up on the answer hub to see if I could get some help, but nobody knew. So I couldn't get anything to work. Way back in the day it was really wigging out, as you can see there. But now we can go from this, which is our cat rigged character, to basically this, which is our cat rigged character using the Unreal guys animations. They don't all look great, but part of it's due to the animations themselves. These are actually my own, but these are all the UE4 guys stuff. Okay, so there is that it is working. So this is actually in 4.14.0, okay, the release of 4.14. Alright, that this works. I can't vouch for any other version. Alright, so I am going to actually take what I had originally done here, and I'm just going to delete all of this stuff. So we can start over. Alright. Interesting. I thought this was fixed. Let's see, do I have to delete? Ain't working. Anyways, I'll just use the default. I really don't want to do that. I'll be right back. I'm going to repair this project by dumping it entirely and creating a brand new one straight from here. Okay, I'm just going to do a new project. It's going to be third person with starter content, maximum quality. Okay, let that go. Okay, in the meantime, while that's happening, we'll take a look at the cat rig here just for a second. I have already exported it. Basically, I need the mesh and the skeleton. Okay, come here. I want the smoothing groups. I don't want turbo smooth. I want that. I'll keep everything else. I'm going to keep animation checked. We do always want to bake and resample all. There's no animation on him, I don't believe. There might be though. Don't want to embed media. I also don't want cameras or lights. Okay, characters. I don't do this. I don't know what to high IK. I don't mess with that. Okay, units I keep automatic. Axis conversion is Y up. Okay, coming out of max here. I'm using binary FBX 2014-15. This is from max 2017. Okay, it's going to tell me it doesn't understand what type of object that is. It's going to convert it to a mesh, which is fine with me. Okay, we are at a brand new project now. Okay, make a wrap folder. We're also going to come over here to the launcher, and we're going to come over to the library, and in our vault we have the animation starter pack, which if you come over here to the marketplace and you go to categories animations, all the way at the bottom is this animation starter pack, which is free, and you should download it. Now once we are successful in our retargeting, look at the animations that we can choose from. Now they cost money, okay, but do you have any idea how long this would take to animate? It certainly would take a lot longer than $80. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so they can sell, you know, to more people and make money that way. Hopefully a lot of people are supporting these, but we plan to, on my end anyway. Okay, so I had that downloaded, and now I can just say add to project. Now here's where it gets funny. My tutorials 414 isn't here. So I can say show all projects. Now it is here, but when I click on it, it says it's not available, can't do it. Select the version. We'll just go one version back. Then we'll say add to project. Okay, it's done. We don't even need to restart the editor. It's already here. Did any of these look familiar? Okay, so we also have these animations here. We have this set here as well. Okay. So we're going to try to use them both. Now, when I did this the first time, I ran into an issue where I was able to successfully retarget the animations from this guy. They're actually right here. These animations were successfully retargeted to my rat, but they were no longer usable on this guy. This guy couldn't see it anymore. It completely didn't work anymore. So there's a different way I want to try this, and I'll just see how it goes. But the very first thing that we want to do, and this is the key important thing, is to create the rigging, okay, which is the linkage between the two bones on the two skeletons, so that each one knows what it is. Now there is a built-in character. I wouldn't call this guy so much built-in, but there's a lot of things in Unreal Engine built in that actually do assume this character. This being here saying select humanoid rig. If you look down at the bottom there, it says select engine defined humanoid rig. So this is just something that they've given us that just takes care of this guy automatically. And you'll notice here that even if I hit auto mapping, it doesn't really change anything too much. It's all still correct. Calf, left calf, right thigh. This rigging was built from this skeleton, so it's obviously gonna work. Okay, so we just hit save there. All right, but we also need to come back to our rat. Well, actually, shit, I need to get him in, don't I? Give me 1 second. And we'll bring in our rat here. Swirl this around until it stabilizes. Then we'll let go. Alright. So, I definitely do not want the materials or the textures. Alright, let's come over here. Okay. Absolutely, the key, most important thing here is to uncheck import meshes in the bone hierarchy, because cat rig is going to get converted to meshes basically, or the bones are going to get converted to meshes in some cases, especially if you use pyramids and things like that as your bones, if you're doing some mechanical design instead of a humanoid and you don't want to use bones. If you don't uncheck this, you'll see your skeleton as a mesh, so uncheck it. We'll go ahead and let it create the physics asset. Not worried about anything like that. I just don't like it doing this. I like to do this myself, especially since there's very many of them on this character. I don't need to import any animations or anything like that, but if you do import the animations, make sure you drop this down and also uncheck import meshes in the bone hierarchy. Okay. So say import. You should get 3 objects here. It's saying that these bones here are missing from the bind pose. It means that they are not skinned to anything, which is not a big deal. Go ahead and save that. Alright, so I'm going to pop this skeleton open, and the Retarget Manager is a window here. If you don't have it, you just need to go to Window and pop it open. Okay, and we're going to pick the humanoid rig. However, now you can see that it's just got none in here because the bone names from cat are very different. So when I go auto mapping, you can see here that it did okay on the first two. It actually figured out the transform and the pelvis, but spine 3? No. No, no. And then we got heads as clavicles, we got collarbones as hands, we got asses as elbows, right? So we need to fix this. We're going to go to spine 3. Now here's a key thing. My rig here actually has 4 spine bones. Red, pink, blue, and aqua blue. Okay, sky blue. What do you want to call that? I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Alright? So in Unreal, I'm going to assign 3 to 3, and I'm going to just ignore bone 4. Alright, left clavicle is going to be my left collarbone. Left upper arm is going to be my left upper arm. Lower arm is my left forearm, and hand is my palm. It's the only weird difference there in naming. Lower arm, forearm. I want to make a point out that it actually, when I hit auto mapping and I filled in a whole bunch of crap, it actually made it harder for my eyeball to see now where I'm at on this list. If I had never hit that, like I could do clear mapping, but that's a waste of time. When these all said none, it's much easier to go through the list and know exactly where you are when they all say none. You know what I'm saying? So I got the lower arm, I got the palm. Let's get the neck. Head. Thigh, they're up here. Left calf. Left foot. Thigh R. Right thigh. Right calf. And right foot. And that's all we get. Okay? Now, here's an important factor here. Let's put our camera so that we got Z up, X back and right, Y front and right. Do we see a difference here? He's facing a different direction, number one. So, here's the thing about the way that this mapping works. It is looking for a pose. That's what this is all about, the retarget base pose. These need to match as close as possible. The reason is because what the system can do is it can say, okay, my arm bone is at this angle, yours is at that angle. If you look here on my skeleton, if I change this to local here, you can see this axis. I got X down, Y forward, and Z out, right? So that is going to be pretty drastically different than, let's go like that. See, I got Z going in, I got X going up, and Y going back. So they're totally different axes, right? They're all totally different. So what it does is it's gonna translate those, but what it needs to do is it needs to look at the positions that they're in so that it can write the relationship. That makes sense. Okay, that's just how I'm going to say it. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that they're facing the right direction. Now, given the fact that this is the guy that has the animations that work, we shouldn't be fiddling with this guy. We should be fiddling with our other guy. So let's make the first point here. He's facing positive Y, and we're facing positive X. So we need to fix that. So we're going to go to the skeleton, we're going to go to transform, and we're going to face him positive Y by rotating him 90 degrees. Now the other thing is if we take a look at him in the front here, they're both in what would be considered A pose. However, the mannequin is in a much more dramatic A pose. Okay, his arms are a little bit wider. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate ours out by about 20 degrees to kind of match that. So that feels a little bit better. Now, Manny here, his forearm, I would say, is bent about 10 degrees. However, Cheese Puff here, he's not that far. So, we want to go by local here. We want to actually change this to about 5 degrees. And we want to pop those a little bit forward, just a hair. Like so. Okay, so we've posed him now. We go back to the Retarget Manager and we say Save Pose, and then we shit our pants. Ready? Bam! Ah, I lost it. No. We can go View Pose and we're good. Okay, it's still there. But now we've saved the pose. So now we can save this. Okay. We'll save this. And we'll just save that too. We'll close all this stuff down. Okay, technically we're now ready to retarget, but there is something that I forgot about that I want to actually do here on the rat's connection to the rig. If we go here and show advanced, you can see here that we've also can assign all of the fingers and the ball of the foot and twist bones and things like that. So I'm going to do that really quick. And then during pause, and then I'll come right back. Okay, I think I've got it for the most part assigned. Now the things that I don't have, I just set to none by hitting the X over here, so I'm assuming that's gonna be okay. So I'll just hit save there. Okay, So here's how it works. Essentially, what I can do here is I can come here and I can right-click this and I can say retarget to another skeleton. This is kind of weirdly written, but it says allow all animation assets for this skeleton retarget to another skeleton. Okay, so I think what they mean is allow all the animation assets for this skeleton to be retargeted to another skeleton, which means allow the other skeleton to use these animations, which is exactly what we want. However, what it doesn't say here is it doesn't say that after you do this, this skeleton will no longer be able to use these animations itself. That is what happens. So we do not want to do it this way. We do not want to do it straight off the skeleton like this, because if you do that, then this guy, this SK mannequin guy, assuming we wanted to keep him, it becomes dead in the water. He can't do shit with the animations. He's completely unassociated. If I open him right now, he has an animation tab. If I retarget this to my rat, this will now be for my rat. He will only have skeleton and mesh. The same way, my rat only has skeleton and mesh. There's no animations here. There's not even a tab for it. So that was what will happen to this guy, and we don't want that. So what we want to do is we want to retarget based off the animation blueprint, because that creates duplicates of the animations. Now that is actually, you can see that here we have these animations from the original third-person blueprint, the one that this guy right here is using. This was an additional pack that we added. So we're not gonna mess with this yet. We'll mess with this in a minute. So we're going to come here and we're going to find this guy's third-person character. We'll open that, come over here to the viewport, we'll grab the mesh, and we'll find his animation blueprint. Pop this open here. Okay, it's right here in the animations. Okay, so if we right-click this and we say duplicate anim blueprints and retarget, we'll pick this. And what we can do is select a skeleton. Okay, we haven't assigned this guy to the rig yet. We did it for this guy. Okay, so let's do it for this guy real quick. It's actually fairly quick, especially considering that this guy automatically assigns himself exactly to the rig. Go ahead and close that too. Okay, so we come here, do that again. Now we have these on here because they're also assigned to the rig. Okay, so we'll pick the rat. Notice we don't get anything here. If I pick this, we get a guy, but if I pick this, we don't get a guy. The reason is because if we look at the preview skeletal mesh, there's nothing there. None. See that? So we can fix that really quick. It's not that big of a deal. However, I did notice that in my experience, this is actually very important, that when I did this, oops, shit. Let's get back here. I want to make this actually very clear that this will work. It'll retarget, and this guy will now use the animations. It'll be fine. This won't. It didn't for me in the past. When I was like, huh, well, it just doesn't have a preview mesh, so who cares? Retarget. When the animations came in, all the animations were blank. So I ruined the original animations because I was doing it off of this guy instead of an animation blueprint. I wasn't duplicating anything, and it retargeted to a blank, empty nothing. So we need to fix this, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to do it anyway. It's really easy. Scene setup, preview mesh, like that. Save. Okay, again, come here. It's right here. Scene setup. All right. So we'll go ahead and save that. We'll just hit Control S, save all. Okay, we'll come here and we go to retarget. I missed it. Duplicate. And now we got our guy. Okay, so prefix, we're gonna say rat underscore, and I'm gonna change this to be in here. Okay, retarget. And now you can see that we've got all these animations here that look like they're working on the rat. Sure do to me. But over here, this guy still has his animations, so that's important. Okay, so let's just do a save all real quick. How then do we do this guy? Because this guy doesn't actually have any... Oh, he does. He does have an animation blueprint. Interesting. Okay, cool. So he's got an animation blueprint, so we'll just do it off of that. Let's make a new folder here. Actually, do that here. And we'll call this ASP Retargeted for I was like, what the fuck happened? Ah, okay, because this. Okay, okay. Derp. Alright. So we'll pick that folder when we do this. Alright. We'll come here. Now we want his animation blueprint. So hopefully this associates all his animations. That would be so nice. And once again, underscore. We'll change this folder to be now the ASP Retargeted. And we hit retarget. Okay, it looks like we only got some of them. How about that? Okay, so how do we trick this system? Jog blend space, crouch walk blend space. So run jump crouch walk. That's as far as we go back. Okay, why is that? What is this? Looks like you can change everything. Alright. So, can I do something stupid? Okay, death 3. That ain't here. So it seems like only the ones that were associated with the blueprint are here. So let's do a test here. Let's just throw it in. We won't even hook it up. Which animation blueprint did I do that to? Okay, I did it to the dude's animation blueprint. Let's just find that in the content browser. Let's do that retarget thing again. I really hope I don't get another dump of animations, but we'll find that out now, right? See, this is what's scaring me. This part right here. Okay, it's fine. But let's see if we get that. I did end up with a bunch, but I got death 3. I did get death 3. So I can do that. Okay. So I kind of want to not do this whole part at all yet, right? Because beforehand, what I want to do is take this guy. Oh, please, for the love of God, let me do more than one at a time. Damn. Click off it. It's going to take a minute here. So I can get all the animations, you know what I'm saying? Just get them. Then I don't have to have them in this, I can dump them. I'm going to start doing this a little bit more willy-nilly. that work? Can't drop it on something that's already... Oh, it changed the node. So I'm going to be missing one. I'm going to be missing one. I'm going to be fucking missing one. Shit. Okay, I'm just going to do this off camera. Okay, well that started to feel kind of stupid after the first minute or so, dragging all these in one at a time, but I did it anyway. I mean, the fact is that if the animation blueprint doesn't reference the animation, it doesn't create the animation for your new skeleton. So I can't really think of any other way or a quicker way to do it than this, to be honest. I'm trying to think of a quicker way. Maybe create a single montage that uses all the animations at once or something. I don't know. You know, but this does work. It's kind of doofy. The other option would be, considering in this case that I don't actually really care about this guy, and it's a starter pack that I can always add really easy like this by hitting add to project. There's no reason why I couldn't have just gone straight here and retargeted this and broken this all together, get it all retargeted and to my rat, and then just delete this and I can put it back in if I want. But again, I'm going under the assumption that you want to keep the original character for some weird reason, even though I think in this case it's going to actually be quite common for people to be retargeting this guy. And who wants to keep this guy? I don't think any of us do, right? Like, who wants to use the white mannequin robot guy? That's the UE4 default guy, right? If we use him, it's like, oh, we just told everybody the secret, you know? I mean, not that it's a big secret, but at the same time, it's like, you don't use the stock shit on anything, you know, like using a lens flare in Photoshop. But anyway, so now this should work. However, all of these are going to get shitboxed, so they're going to get doubled up. So we're going to go ahead and delete all of that. And we'll do this again. So come here to our animation blueprint. If we look in it, we see this ridiculousness here. We right click, retarget and in blueprints, and retarget, duplicate and retarget. Pick our rat, say rat underscore. I want to make sure we pick the correct folder here for the ASP stuff. Okay, and that's it. We hit retarget. And we should have all that. If we come to animation. Oh yeah, these aren't skinned, by the way. It's just my own dumb fault. The pouches, in case anybody's wondering, oh, what's going on with the retargeting? It's not that. It's this. They're not skinned. Okay, just so you guys know. I just don't want you to freak out about that. That isn't, it will work as soon as I skin them, you know. Okay, now here's the thing. Crouch idle. We're going to notice some issues here, and we want to address this. Notice how we're getting some weirdness here. The fact is that the retargeting here still needs a little bit of help. So what we're going to do is we come to the skeleton here, and down here we can say show retargeting options. Okay, it's kind of hidden until you find that, which is right down there. And what we're going to do is, if we take, say, the left collarbone and we change it from animation to skeleton, you'll see it actually pulls his arm in. Look how wide his shoulder is here. You can see how it's stretching the flashlight on him, right? Change that to skeleton and we get a better option here. Skeleton. 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 I like to do it all the way down the arm. Actually, I should have been showing the arm when I did that. We'll do the left arm here. So that's skeleton already. Skeleton, you can see the arm got moved. You see the elbow got moved out. And then finally the hand got moved into the correct position. Now there's still a twist here, but that's just the animation. Okay, that's literally just the animation. There's other ones that we can affect too. For instance, the thigh. You can see how we can get the foot back on the ground here. Same thing if we go do the calf, skeleton, skeleton there. Okay, so that'll fit better. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Don't want to do them all though. You only want to do the ones that are clearly broken. Okay. All the fingers look okay, I think. That's why I did that in the beginning. Let's try the neck. Let's see what's going on with the neck. Is it going to change? No. Nothing with the neck. Let's try the head. If it doesn't change, in my opinion, you should leave it at what it is. That's kind of how I do it. If it looks like it's fixed it when I change it, then I'm good to go. But that's pretty much all I needed to do, and now I got that rat. You know, again, those pouches, they're not working. But look, I got all those animations. And I still got these guys too. From the original robot. Okay. So from now, at this point, I can come to the marketplace, change this to animation, just where I was, and I've got something like 500 animations total, more probably now, 1,000 maybe, I don't even know. There's a movement anim set pro, there's rifle anim sets, cover. I can use this. I don't know. I don't know if I can use a ninja mocap. I just don't know. I could use this, right? This is like parkour stuff. I think I could use this maybe because I do plan on a nurse. I 100% can use this. Cannot use this. Cannot use this. Can 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. 50%, 0%, 100% actually, 100% actually, 0% actually, 0% actually. I'm not sure what this is talking about. This is just for my military style game. 100% pedestrians, adaptive starts and stops 100%. I don't know what that is, so I can't tell you. Probably 0%, 100%. Most likely 100% for any vendors and shit like that, people standing around. These seem like the same kind of thing. I just can't tell you what they are. I've never looked at them. Probably 50% maybe. 0, 0, 10, 10, 15, 20, 0, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 0. Okay, so like but the options are huge. Rifle mocap packs, you know, reloading rifles and shit. I mean, come on, dude, it's like everything I need. I got the whole game animated, the whole thing with this here, the whole thing. Assuming that this movement anim set pro, I got to look into some of these. This mobility one has something like ledge climbing or ladder climbing and stuff. That's it. That's all I need. Just ladder climbing, and I just haven't seen that, and that's it. So there you go. That's it. You can see he works just fine. Again, those pouches, you ignore those, but he's got the fist balled up and everything. That's a cat rigged character. No real problems with him. This is Hippo signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys found this useful.